Hello, hello! Welcome back to Temple of Truth. My name's Jeremy. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, depending on when you get a chance to catch this. We are currently live here at Temple of Truth, and it is 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is 8/21/2022. At least that's what they tell us, because we know history is a lie and time has been messed with, right? So we can give a moment or two to see if we get anyone to join us live here today, and then we'll jump into the topic that we're going to lead off with, and that is all about the DNA, because it is everything that is happening right now in this world. It is all about DNA and DNA control, DNA manipulation, DNA ownership. It's a pretty deep rabbit hole. It is something that they have been planning for a very long time, and it kicked off in 2020 as far as pushing this agenda. And they've already owned everything, guys. All of this stuff about taking control of the world. They've been in control of the world. Who's been in control of the world? They've been in control of the world. Now they want to own you. They, they've owned your property. They've owned your food. They've owned your money supply. They've owned everything. So, let's keep that in mind as we're going forward here. I'm going to pull up my chat here. Make sure I turn that down so you guys don't get an echo. I want to remind all of you guys to make sure you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. If you are not working on your health right now, if you're not working on your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, you are failing yourself and everyone around you that might depend on you as we head into these turbulent times. If you are struggling with food addiction, which is huge right now. I mean, people are any addiction, food addiction, drug, alcohol, sexual addictions. Got some flies coming in here. Get away. Finally got a chance to open some windows and some doors, and I think some of the outside world was like, "No, let me in." So yeah, as I was saying, if you're not focused on healing yourself right now and allowing yourself to be in the best position to make critical decisions, to hear the Most High, communicate with you, to guide you when things might get rocky, then you're failing yourself. You're failing everyone around you. Now, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, you have to let fear go. Fear has got to go. It's got to be one of the first things that you let go, if not the first thing that you let go. Okay, because fear is the currency of the regime that is collapsing, and it only allows them to hold on just that much longer to their manipulation over society. Okay? So let go of fear. Okay? All of the things that you should be doing right now should be coming from a place of love. They should be coming from a place of trust in the Holy Spirit, in the guidance that you will receive. Okay? Because you will receive that. If you are detoxing and cleansing out the temple, cleaning out the temple, healing the temple, then you will receive strong signals, undeniable signals. Okay? You will know where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. Okay? And we have been given signs. Okay? We have been given signs for a reason. You know, I had somebody comment on one of my prepping videos recently where I made a short video, which is on YouTube and Facebook. But it was talking about how you should rotate your stock and you should have your expiration dates written down, and that way you you can donate that food before it expires. And I'm not saying wait till the last week. You know, a couple weeks where it's still going to find, you know, a home. But before it would get to being thrown away, you can donate that, and you can actually get a receipt to turn in to go with your taxes, and you can get that money back. Okay? And you can adjust for inflation and all of that. Okay? So I'm not being saying be greedy. God's paying attention to what you're doing. Be fair with what you're doing. But I mean, you could throw a little bit in there for your gas travel and things like that. Okay, for your labor, throw a couple extra bucks on there. Whatever you feel is comfortable. Okay. If you're in a position where you do not need the money, then just donate it. Just donate it. Just do the good deed, and don't worry about it. Things will come back to you. But they told me that prepping is a waste of time because God always provides. God does its work through people. Okay? And unfortunately, 95% of the world has given their responsibility of providing their food away to these corporations who are doing the things that they're doing right now. They're the ones destroying processing plants and destroying farmlands and buying up farmlands and jacking up supply lines and stuff like that. So, yes, God has always provided, but God provides also and does their work through us, through the living temple. Okay? So we've been given signs, those with eyes to see and ears to hear, to prepare in the best way that we can and to not fear about it. Only do what you can do. Okay? And if you don't have, for whatever reason, land to grow food or anything like that, but you have the ability to stock up some canned goods and things like that, then you should. And you should also remember that your neighbor is your family too. That you're not stocking to just fight for your family. You're stocking to provide for whoever God sends your way. Okay? And that these are temporary bridges. Prepping is a temporary bridge. That maybe there will be an exodus or something. And you will be led to places where people have food available, farmlands, new lands, you know, Moses out of Egypt, Abraham to Israel, you know, so on and so on and so on. All these exoduses and all these cultures. Just know that sitting idle doesn't make much sense if you're told you'll be given signs. Why would you be given signs about the turbulence coming if you weren't supposed to be doing some preparation of some kind? Okay? So, you prep from a place of love. You don't worry about fighting off people or anything like that, or trying to say that your family deserves better than another family. Okay? We will all end up coming together. Those of the living temple, those who are awake, those who are truly walking with love and truly walking the way of the Christ. Okay? We will be brought together. So let go of fear. Let go of fear. Do what you can. Okay, but the most important thing you should be preparing is your temple. Okay? Because if you are dispersed from your current living situation, aren't you going to want to be able to hear and see the signs from the Most High of where you're supposed to go, so you're not led astray, so you don't fall for the deceit of what they call the false light. Just something to think about there. And this is why they want to attack your DNA. Because your DNA connects you. It connects you with the Most High. It connects you with your true self, your higher capabilities. Everything that they're doing right now, it's obvious. It's all about attacking the DNA. Let's take a look at something here. So, before I switch screens, there is a new treaty being put forth. And remember, they pass anything they want. So this isn't something that they're going to vote on, and no. They tell you they're going to vote on something, it means that they've already decided that they're going to pass it. Okay? So they're going to pass this thing, and they're going to implement it, whatever you want to call it. And it's about the current situation. We got to speak carefully here on YouTube. But let's take a look at it and some of the things it says. And we're going to get to one specific thing it says. And that's about DNA. Sharing information about DNA. Okay? We'll see you soon. All right. So here is from the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. The movement for a global treaty. If countries had coordinated surveillance, reporting, and response, including distribution of everything from PPE to the V's, during the situation, many lives would have been saved. Sure. Some experts say a treaty may be the answer to future preparedness. Future. They have no intention of this stopping. So as much as you think that things are relaxing right now, and I would love to be wrong. Trust me, I'll be the first one to get on here and make a video and say, I was wrong, it's all over, that we're in a new world, everything's better, yada, yada, yada. But they have no intention of their scenario stopping. So I always like to mention the 2 steps forward and the 1 step back. Just to get people to settle down a little bit. To calm them down a little bit. And then they'll implement the next phase. Whichever they decide to do. Whether it's environmental, medical, political, warmongering, whatever it is they want to implement, they've got many cards on the table, they'll throw it down. But it all comes back to your DNA and taking ownership over you, the dead entity, before you become a living entity. Because remember, you're on maritime admiralty law, which states that you are dead. You are a dead entity. The Walking Dead. You are a zombie. Okay? But many people are waking up and they're reclaiming themselves as a living soul. Okay? That's the I am that I am. Okay, and that's happening. That's the Great Awakening versus the Great Reset. So, you can read all this, what it is. I'll scroll slowly, so if you want to pause, you can read. But Right here. What are other areas in which the current approach to the global collaboration has fallen short? Sharing these and other medical countermeasures, but one good thing that came out of it was scientific research sharing. These flies are really starting to get to me, particularly on genome sequences. For those who are not aware of what genome is, let's go right over here. The genome is the entire set of DNA instructions found in the cell. If these things did not affect your DNA, if there was nothing being manipulated with your DNA, why would they want to share the entire set of DNA instructions amongst the community of medical and scientific people? Why is that a priority? Why is that something? Come on now, think about it. They've told you it does not alter your DNA. But yet, in the treaty, they want open source sharing of your personal DNA information. It's right there, guys. It's right there. Okay? And we all know about this guy. This guy right here is Yuval Noah Harari, however it's pronounced. Humans are now hackable animals. And this is a 12-minute clip that you can watch. I'm not going to go and play the whole thing, but it's right there for you. He tells you that, yeah. I mean, he's the guy that calls you disposable, worthless, that there's not going to be jobs for you, that there's not going to be any use for you at all. Okay? These people are telling you what's really going on, but if you only listen to the mainstream media, then you're not getting the full picture here. Okay? Here we go over here. V's to eliminate the God gene, proposed by Bill Gates. Right here. Watch this video. This is him meeting with military officials, talking about how they're going to eliminate the God gene inside of you that has you connect with your higher spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Most High, your higher self, your true self, source, whatever you want to call it. Okay? This information is everywhere. Check it out. Check it out, people. Okay? There's a great song by a band by the name of Tool. It's called 46 and 2. The premise is humans would deviate from the current state of human DNA, which contains 44, there's that number, autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes. The next step of evolution would likely result in human DNA being reorganized into 46 autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes, according to whoever. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. And all of Tool's music is about ascension, about elevated consciousness, the third eye, chakras, meditation. It's all about that. Their whole shtick is about that. Very spiritual band. Maybe my favorite band. Definitely up there. But it's all there for you guys to see, guys. And then you have all the stuff about 23andMe. Selling DNA data. It says 23andMe sold your genetic data. I mean, come on, guys. It's all about the DNA. That's what... It's all about the DNA. It's amazing. Truly is amazing. there you have it. Just more proof. It's all about the DNA, guys. Protect it with everything you can. And we know those towers going up. A lot of great information that they're going to be frequencies that are going to attack people that have compromised their DNA. I hope you guys are starting to catch on. This is why everything that you should be doing right now should be focused on detoxing and flushing out your body. Fasting is the number one thing that you should be preparing for many reasons. Well, one, if you had to actually go on some kind of exodus trip and you had to go without food for a while, if you're someone who has practiced fasting for spiritual reasons, then you're going to be fine. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be, hey, been here, done this. You know how to trust your body. You know when to rest, when you can push forward. You know what you're capable of. I'm currently on a long fast. Almost halfway through. Not quite, but almost. And I've never felt better. I'm bored out of my mind because you have to rest. Okay, you don't want to be exercising and working out and trying to, retain muscle or anything. You really want to let the body detox. You want it to attack the visceral fat, and you want it to attack the bacteria that's stored in that visceral fat, because that's where all your toxins are. And you want to drink plenty of water, because urine is actually coming from the blood. So when you urinate, you're actually flushing toxins from the blood via the liver or the kidneys. It's one or the other. I'm still learning. But this much I do know. That urine is, a byproduct of the bloodstream. Okay? A lot of people don't realize that. But it is. And most toxins are going to be filtered from the blood through the urine. Okay? So fasting is extremely important, people. Okay? It has got to be one of the most important things I can tell you to try and prepare your body for. Especially if you think that there are going to be food shortages, or if you're going to be displaced from your home and sent to travel to a new land. Okay? There's a lot of interpretations of what is going to happen here soon. Okay? I'm not afraid of any of it, though. I'm not afraid of any of the scenarios, because I'm not one of those fake believers. Okay? One of these people that say they believe in the word of the Most High, and by that I mean the true word. I don't fear, because I know everything's gonna be fine. Okay, that we're all facing trials and tribulations, and that none of us are coming out of this without conquering some things. We're going to conquer some things. And whatever side we come out of, whether it's here in the material realm or if it's in a spiritual realm, we're going to be better for it if you are doing the works. It's a time of action now, people. Sitting around and passing memes, arguing on social media, scrolling social media aimlessly, things aren't doing anything for it. Anyone. Nobody's getting healthier doing that. If anything, it's making you more depressed, more fearful, more anxiety ridden. You don't need it. You don't need it. You have everything being shown to you for a reason. Right now. Everything you are seeing is giving you a choice. Are you finally going to walk the path? So many people say they believe in heaven, but they will put themselves in a situation where they will murder and fight to stay here for 5 more minutes of breath, 5 more days of breath, of life. And then you die a murderer? You don't think there would be judgment for that? You don't think there would be karmic consequences for that? You say you believe, but yet you do not walk it. Jesus came and showed you how to conquer death without fear. To let go of fear. He was afraid at first, but he conquered that fear. He walked with that cross. And again, whether you believe in a literal story or not, the message is still there. Jesus was all powerful, right? Doing miracles and all sorts of stuff. You don't think he could have got himself out of that situation if he was that afraid? He conquered that fear. It's time for you to conquer your fears. It's time to stop watching the political nonsense. Stop consuming the negative content. Let it all go. They are setting you up right now for Don versus Ron. It is so obvious they're setting you up for Don versus Ron to start more division and more fighting. They're raising Ron up right now. You can see it, the writing's on the wall. That, or they'll have Ron, maybe Trump will be assassinated, some fake assassination or something, you know? Maybe Trump will be the martyr. And then Ron will step in. Who knows? They have multiple characters that can play the role. Get away from the politics. Stop believing that there's truth in voting. They give you the people that they say you're going to vote for. You get like 2 choices. Sometimes 3. You really think that's choice? That's selected puppets. Here. These are your choices. Come on. They want to destroy from within. And they want you to do it yourselves. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I'm going to keep this video short. Just a 30-minute video, guys. I really just wanted to get that those links connected, those dots connected about the DNA. And how if you pay attention, it's all about DNA. It's all about your ascension that they're trying to stop right now. And that ascension is within your control. And while you still control who you are, what you think, how you think, start making real changes. Start preparing. Start healing. Because you can do it. And there are people like myself that are here to help you along the way. To show you the things that have worked for us. to support you, because we know that you can do it. We know the power that lies within you, and that power is love. You just got to turn it back on. Start loving yourself. Start loving your connection with the Holy Spirit, and then start loving the world and helping it heal. One day at a time. That's all we can do. One day at a time. But don't waste another day. Do not waste another day. My name is Jeremy. This is Temple of Truth, guys. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Discord channel. All these links will be in the description. I have to update the Discord link. I found out that was timed out, so I'm going to get a fresh Discord link in there for those who might have tried previously. I am aware of that. I will fix that as soon as the stream ends. I will get a fresh Discord link in there. And stop by, guys. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I am looking to bring together people now with different sets of skills, people that might want to go and find a piece of land and start building a small community. Carpenters, food growers, teachers, musicians. Let's start sharing information. Let's start coming together. Let's start pulling our resources, and let's start a community based off of love. People will call it a cult and all that kind of stuff, but let them call it whatever they want to call it. I'm looking to get simplified, Amish style living, where we build our own shelters, where we grow our own food, where we make our own music and our own clothes, and we live as simple of a life as possible. Get away from all the electronics and all of that. Go back to wood burning stoves and fireplaces and candles and kerosene lamps and all the things that were fine for generations upon generations, until we rediscover all of the natural resources and how they are utilized to create free energy, which is something that is being rediscovered. You're seeing hydrogen cars and water cars popping up all over the place again. So wonderful things are going to happen in time, okay? But while we're going through these trials and tribulations, there are things that we should be focused on. So let's do those things. And the biggest thing I would like to do is start bringing people together. I would like to start an email list or a phone list. I would like to start finding out what people are serious about connecting and really coming together as a community. Okay? Let's get off grid. Let's get away from the beast system. Okay? Let's do it. All right? And I'm willing to be, a voice and organizer to try and pull people together. Because I think it's time. I love you guys. Come check us out anytime. Reach out to me. I will see you guys in the next video or stream.